How do you start your day? For thousands of people here in Ho Chi Minh City, they have one thing in common, and that's coffee. They all consume coffee, but the way they consume coffee can be black like this, it can be with milk, it can be with sugar, it can be even made with a vacuum-sealed chamber. It's completely diverse and ever-growing. On today's episode, we're gonna see why the coffee culture here is so rich and so diverse, and just how the older generation and the newer generation consume their coffee. Come on and explore with us on today's episode of Discovery. Whether you're a Starbucks type of person, or perhaps you gravitate towards the independent coffee shop, anyone who visits Saigon soon discovers a thriving cafe scene that they can't help but embrace.
Thường nếu mà em đi tụm ra thì thường ra công viên mua cà phê rồi ngồi bệt uống.
Mỗi buổi sáng tôi cũng uống một ly cà phê sữa đá hoặc là một ly cà phê sữa nóng.
Thông thường thì tôi uống cà phê đen, còn đối với một số bữa như là chủ nhật thì tự thưởng như mình thì uống có chất ngọt chút xíu, là cà phê sữa đá.
Since being introduced to coffee by the French in the 19th century, Vietnam has become not only a huge consumer of coffee, but a massive producer as well. The coffee harvest takes place from November to March, and after harvesting, the Robusta cherries are sun-dried on the farm or spread on the ground in the farmer's front yard, later to be sold to local traders and exporters. Currently, the most popular way to make coffee in Vietnam is this kind of filter, often made from aluminum or stainless steel. In Vietnam and Ho Chi Minh City, this coffee filter is so popular that many still think it's the oldest way of making coffee. However, few people know that residents in Saigon also used another method to make coffee nearly 100 years ago. Our first stop is one of the oldest cafes here in Saigon that was started in 1938. So come on inside and explore with me. For nearly 100 years, this alleyway, located on Nguyen Hue Street, District 3, has been waking up to familiar sounds from a cafe. Whether it's a sunny or rainy day, Song and her family always prepare to sell coffee very early in the morning. The cafe's menu mostly contains old-styled coffees served in Saigon.
Ngày xưa kia mình không có nước đá, mình uống nóng thì chủ yếu, người ta uống cà phê cái chấm về cho quậy. Thì bây giờ không còn, mà có những người ta thích á, thì ta đến nhà ta uống cà phê xong ta mua bánh cho quậy rồi ta chấm.
Song's father was from Hue and then later moved to Ho Chi Minh City. He learned how to make coffee from Vietnamese people of Chinese origin and later altered the recipe to make it his own. He then passed down this intangible but precious asset to his daughters. I think it's really interesting. For her, the cafe it's not just about coffee or customers, it's her family tradition. I'm really excited to get a chance to look inside on how she makes the coffee and go behind the scenes and seeing how this tradition's been passed over the years. To make the perfect cup of coffee, first, a precise amount of ground coffee is put into a stocking. Then, the stocking is soaked in boiling water in a glazed terracotta pot. Next, the coffee is stirred so that its rich and distinct flavor is absorbed into the water. Finally, the coffee mixture is poured into different pots so it gets the desired flavor and texture. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and lift this up.
Đổ qua đó để bán.
Put it up there. All the way up. Okay, and pour it.
Okay.
Look at that, it's so thick. It looks really good.
Okay.
Okay. Put that back in there. Put that down there. It's really hot on this stove right here. I'm just gonna return the favor, cool her down.
Come on.
Ah, come così. You got two stoves here. You have one big stove here where they make the coffee on, and they also sanitize the glasses. And then you have another stove here where they're just boiling the hot water. So these two stoves going on at once, which makes the room really, really hot. You feel like you're in an oven. So just finished serving coffee to these people, and I'll say it's pretty hard work. Made myself a little coffee to relax and just sit down with them now. I'm about to try it for the first time. Ah, come on. I think she saw me sweating in there, so she brought me some chada. Come on. It's really good, really rich in flavor, and it's really it's got that dark roast to it. I think that's from the double pour that you saw in there. It's really interesting too when you're inside here, just the ambiance here. You feel like you've stepped back in time. The music is like music from the 50s, 60s, and 70s, a mix of Vietnamese music and Western music. And you can even see just the ash on here from decades of smoke from making coffee and people coming inside here and smoking. The old apartment block at number 42 Nguyen Hue is one of the epicenters of coffee culture in Ho Chi Minh City because it boasts multiple cafes inside. I am going to be checking out some of the cafes here to see what they have to offer. All the ceilings got these bamboo baskets that they color. You can see this one here is green and you got red. It really gives a nice ambiance to the place. Makes it feel like it's a European cafe. They even take the, looks like an old bird cage and turn that into a lamp. Really, really unique. I've never actually seen anything like that. Oh, you guys got food as well. Nice. All right, we got coffees. Cafe Soda. So this place here has two different choices for coffee. The Vietnamese black coffee here and Vietnamese milk coffee, either hot or cold. And that's it. That's it. They have a few choices for tea and some food options. Come on. Good. Saigon Oi. This one looks promising. You got some kind of a workshop in there as well. See what it is. Xin chào. Smells really good in here. Let's find out what that is. Really interesting that these coffee shops here, they have to do something different to stand out from all the other coffee shops. So this one here actually has a do-it-yourself fragrance store where you can make candles, make essential oils, and even do little spray bottles here. It's really cool because a lot of cafes, they want to attract the young people in Hanoi and in Saigon. And you start to see so many of these starting to pop up here. And the place is very like simple. It's got like a minimalist vibe to it. You have all these like plants right here growing on the side. That's neat too. And they've actually cut the pots in half and used half there, half there, half there. It's cool. It's got like a minimalist feel to it. Oh, that's much better. We got a better view from up here, and it's a bit quieter than the second floor. You can even see right over there is the famous Ho Chi Minh City skyscraper over there. It's even got a helicopter landing pod on it right over there on the side. Really, really cool. And from this level here on the 5th floor, you can see like some other buildings. You can start to see the rooftops, which are quite nice. All the different colors, the blue and the brown, gives it a majestic feeling to it. Still a little bit noisy, but definitely less than the second floor. You wouldn't even know this is a coffee shop here. It just looks like another apartment complex. So we're about to go inside and check it out. It's really cool. It's really hidden away. I mean, just walking in here, the other two buildings here, the other two rooms, are actually just residential, people living there. And this itself looks like an apartment complex. I never even know what I'm gonna find inside. Xin chào. Really cool. I love the theme in here. It's got the sky theme with even clouds as the lights here and the blue on the wall. It's a lot smaller than all the coffee shops we've been in, but it's really cool. You can feel that it's like a small apartment. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Saigon. And I'm from Hanoi.
Oh, cool. I actually live in Hanoi. And this building, I think, is really, really cool.
Yeah.
Every floor has like a different coffee shop.
Yeah, I know, right?
Have you guys been to any other coffee shops?
Not yet.
Not yet? What do you guys think of this one here?
Cool.
It's cool?
I like the view.
Yeah, it's a really cool view.
Yeah, because I heard that this one is the highest coffee shop in Saigon.
This is the highest one in Saigon?
Yeah, I heard so.
Wow. And this used to be an apartment, right?
Yeah.
Someone used to live here. That's crazy.
I want to have a private place to go and relax, like this place.
So you feel like this is one place you kind of like get away from everyone and
Yeah.
it's quiet? Cool.
And I think a lot of people think about it the same with me.
So a lot of people like this here.
Yeah.
I think one thing about Saigon coffee culture that's unique is that they really have a coffee and an atmosphere to meet anyone's needs there. Anyone from really old to really young, they're gonna be able to find a coffee shop that suits them. Saigon has a really unique coffee scene. We're about to explore a cafe that's not just a normal cafe. They sell coffee, they sell food, and they also sell something really, really special. Come in and find out what that is. Chị ơi, cho tôi một cà phê soda. So, we actually use these little things here to pay for the coffee. You give the person over there money, they give you this little coupon, and we exchange that for the coffee. Good. Located in an alley on No Cheng Long Street, Bin Tan District, Cafe Cao Ming is the venue for the Cho Bei Chai, an antique market with a destination for antique enthusiasts in Saigon every Sunday. Saigoners young and old are turning up to purchase old school items from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Many people visit this market to see objects that connect with their past.
Tất cả những cái gì chung quanh Bác thì nhiều kỷ niệm lắm. Người ta hay quyến luyến với những cái đồ đạc ngày xưa. Chứ còn bây giờ đồ mới thì đầy rẫy, mua cái gì chả được.
Sometimes this is also an interesting way to find out more about history.
I was really interested about the whole picture in this market because my grandmother and my mother, who are Vietnamese, I can imagine the life they had when they were in Vietnam. It's like this picture.
It's really cool. All of these photos are old and they're about 30 to 50 years old. These photos are really cool. They give you a glimpse of what life was like 30 to even 50 years ago. You can see in this photo right here, it's like it's a party. Looks like a social gathering or maybe even a wedding in Saigon. And even this one right here, it shows traditional Vietnamese women in the dress. This is called a áo dài. Wow. This is a photo from 1953, and it shows a man selling newspapers there. Really, really cool. And you can even see like the newspaper there. It says "Yeast Weit." Yeast Weit. Sounds German. I don't know. Bao nhiêu tiền?
Này 100.000 Việt Nam.
100. Oh.
Yes.
50.000?
Ồ, 50.000 à? Thế bán luôn. Bán để làm quen. Yes.
Okay, come on.
Okay.
Haha, score. So his first offer on this was 100,000. I bargained down to 50,000 for it. And this is probably my favorite one here of a vendor selling newspapers.
Oh.
Okay, come on.
Okay.
The cafe combined with the market has been running on and off for around 9 years now, most recently reopening in 2012. Here, visitors can enjoy their coffee while going around and choosing their favorite items. Items on sale here must have clear origins. Buyers and sellers are happy to barter with each other for a fair price. Where's this one from? Is this from Florida?
Yeah, this is come from Florida. Everything the same place.
At the very front of the space are Tam Lin and John, a pair of vendors selling foreign antiques. The duo has been coming to Khao Minh for about 6 months now and are very pleased with the way business is going. Here, what's on this table? What's your most favorite prize piece?
I like nice clocks, nice Swiss little alarm clocks like this, stuff like this. I like Indian stuff. That's a nice Indian plane.
This is Indian?
That's an Indian plane.
Did you get this from India?
No, it came from France actually.
Did you actually eat on this at one point?
No, you don't eat off it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's a nice plate.
And what's the scene? It looks like maybe she's like dying in his arms. Or...
Well, it's like some kind of family scene. I don't know exactly what's happening. But...
Any history for any of these clocks here?
Well, the clocks are alarm clocks are like vintage alarm clocks, 1930s, 1940s, 1960s. That's like 1950s. That clock, 60s. Some work, some don't.
With the name Châu Chai, founders of this market aim to create a space for exchanging antiques, knowledge, and sharing common interests, rather than a place for buying and selling. The coffee menu here is not so diverse, but this market is still something worth visiting for anyone who wants a combination of iced milk coffee and antiques. The Workshop Cafe is located on the 3rd floor of an old building in downtown Dong Quai area. Quinn?
Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Good.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you.
It's a cool place.
Oh yeah, thank you.
It reminds me of Brooklyn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. At first, actually, this is an old building, ancient building, like 80 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And then we reconstructed a little bit. We keep all the original, windows, bright air.
And so with the coffee, like, what kind of coffee do you guys serve here?
Let me show you our menu and talk briefly about that. As you can see, these are all the beans, the coffee beans that we use here, mainly local beans from Đà Lạt, Vietnam.
Ah, okay.
Here we use 100% of Arabica, sourced from a very small production. We have the espresso beans that we use to brew on the very famous cappuccino or latte. And then for the drip coffee for filters, we keep the local beans stable every week, and then we rotate.
What do you mean by stable?
It's made like we have 3 different kind of beans.
I see. Okay.
We
Got
rotate the
you rotate it.
international beans, and we keep the Vietnamese bean.
Gotcha. So you guys keep the Vietnamese here from Đà Lạt, and the other ones you rotate.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And then we pair those kind of high quality beans with different kind of methods.
What's so special about the Workshop coffee is that they're trying to promote this organic coffee here in Vietnam that's grown here, and it's made in a way which is the Arabica roast, which is a very special roast that's quite popular around the world. But they're doing it here from beans that are grown in Vietnam that are organic. And the way that they serve the coffee is really, really neat. They have so many different kinds. So whether you want traditional, just a normal pour, or they have the siphon cylinder where they're using fire to cook the coffee. It's really special, and they're taking really, really modern and futuristic ways to make coffee and offering that to the people of Saigon. Which one should we try first? What do you recommend?
I think we can try the siphon, and then after that maybe the AeroPress, because the stronger taste.
Yes. Let's do it. So we'll start off with this one. And are we going to do the local, let's do the local coffee.
Sure,
Yeah.
no problem.
I want to try the Đà Lạt coffee.
He weigh in the water because every coffee here, we weigh the ground coffee, we weigh the water, and even we use the thermometer.
Wow. Is that just to get the best flavor?
Yeah, and I think it also produces very consistent coffee all the time.
Right. Wow, very precise. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that will take a few minutes.
It's like something you see like in your bathroom tub.
And here we often jokes with each other that we only serve slow coffee for slow life.
It's really cool. I've actually never seen anything like this before. So it's pulling the water, it heats the water up and that pulls it up. Wow.
A little bit tea light.
How do you get those subtle aromas and flavors? Is it grown with the soil that you use?
Yeah. We can say that, you know, and then also from the elevation, from the altitude, for the Dalat province where we get the coffees from.
Right.
At the elevation of around 1,500 meters above sea level.
Okay.
That elevation creates, you know, like a little bit more chocolatey, caramel, and you know, like a little bit stronger body
Right.
than higher elevation.
Ah, interesting. Very good. Yeah, you can definitely taste the subtle caramel flavor to it and that sweetness you were talking about. It's almost, I feel like we're like sampling wine. It's like,
Yeah.
but from all the coffee that I've tried today, it definitely has really like these distinct, subtle even flavors of the caramel and the sweetness. Whereas a lot of the coffee I feel like I've tried today has been very, it's been just very strong. It's just like strong
punchy.
coffee. It's not bad,
Yeah.
but it's like this very just strong coffee. And this more has these subtleties to it. Definitely smells. It smells thicker and stronger. Let's give it a try. I think like I still taste the chocolate flavor and the nutty flavor in the coffee, but I think with the AeroPress, it's definitely stronger. So I definitely recommend you trying the siphon or trying the AeroPress if you're looking to find coffee with a little bit more flavor and really taste those subtleties that we were just talking about.
Sure. Why not?
Living in Vietnam, I always just order cafe sodas. That's all I've ever had really here. But going to Saigon, I realized there's so many more options than the traditional cafe soda. You can see that with the really old coffee shops where you're just sitting down, reading a newspaper and ordering a traditional cup of coffee, to the coffee shops where you're walking around and through apartment buildings and exploring all these different kinds that are playing different music. You really see how it just kind of evolved over the years. But what's special about it is that not only has it evolved over the years, the old ones still exist. So you can explore all these different coffee shops and really see Saigon's culture through the coffee shops. It's really, really special.